Hello and welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I want to have a conversation about intuitive eating and is that really possible? And I'm going to tell you that it is possible, but you can't just, it depends on your lifestyle if intuitive eating is going to work for you or not. And I really wanted to come on and share this with you. I did a YouTube video about like the evolution of my own kind of like beliefs around diet and whatnot. And I feel like I have been able to foster intuitive eating these last couple of years because of the way that I live my lifestyle. So, what does that mean? That means my metabolism, hormones, and the energy balance system in my body gets the correct signals and messages so I can trust my cravings and my intuition or my hunger signals, right, of how much I should eat and how much my body needs to eat. And I can trust the shifting that naturally occurs with that and not be worried that I'm going to gain a bunch of weight. Because as somebody who used to be 60 pounds overweight, I understand broken metabolisms and I understand the length it takes to fix that. And if you have a broken metabolism, you cannot just jump into intuitive eating because your system, the energy management system of your body, is not working. It's broken. So your leptin is off, your cortisol, melatonin patterns are disrupted, these master hormones. So then if you jump right into intuitive eating, well, that's not going to work because your body is not getting the correct messages, signals, downloads, and the energy management system of your body is broken. So there's a disconnect between your brain and your body and about how much food or nourishment you actually need. So then you overeat and you overconsume for your personal body. What I eat in a day is varied. I don't eat the same things every day. I don't eat the same amount of calories every day, fats, like micronutrients, fats, carbs, proteins every day, because I am a varied system. I am an ever-changing body that has different needs based on different days. So my hunger signals can change, my thirst signals can change. But what the thing is, I can lean into it and say, I don't need a protocol to tell me how much water to drink. I can rely on my thirst mechanisms. Need a moment. I don't need somebody to tell me how many calories or macronutrients that I need to eat in a day because I can rely on my body's metabolism and energy management system to regulate that connection between my brain and my body in knowing how much I need to eat. I can wake in the morning and feel hungry and energized. Those are the two things you want to feel in the morning, hunger and energy. I can wake in the morning and feel those things, right? And then I can go and intuitively think about what I want to eat. Sometimes I guess I kind of have a varied idea of like different kind of breakfasts I like to eat based on the season because I'm very seasonally aligned. I'm very connected to nature, which is why I've fostered this connection. If I would have tried to eat intuitively 5 years ago, I would have been very overweight because the energy management system in my body was broken. My metabolism was broken. I couldn't rely on those hunger signals. I couldn't rely on those mechanisms because they were incorrect. They were foggy, right? But now I can get up and say, "Oh, okay, I feel like this for breakfast. I eat it. I can give myself an amount. When I'm full, I stop eating, and then 4 or 5 hours later, I'm hungry again and I can eat again and feel full. And then 4 or 5 hours later, I can eat again and feel full. And then I can, of course, go through the nighttime into the evening and overnight without needing to eat or feeling any symptoms because I'm away from food. And that's because it's not because a guru told me about a certain macro diet, macronutrients to follow or calories to follow, or because a guru gave me a certain diet plan, because none of that is correct. How I fostered this ability to be intuitive with my eating is by connecting with nature and its natural rhythms. So when you do that, your master hormones come back to balance. Your cortisol, your melatonin, and your leptin all come back into balance. And these are master hormones that control downstream hormones. And the energy management system of your body each night, because I'm in bed early, I'm sleeping, I'm getting enough melatonin production by being outside in natural sunlight, I'm getting my leptin regulated by being in natural sunlight and earthing, and really, really connected to the circadian rhythms, the circannual rhythms in my environment. I can get all that information. My body takes in all that information, and then at night it can get this download. Oh, how much energy does Vanessa have on her body? And it can regulate my appetite and my energy production, basically. It regulates that, and it regulates that hunger signal. So everything works in this beautiful synchrony where I don't have to be like, oh, like I've got to follow this diet, or all of that noise just gets pushed to the side now. And I'm like, I can rely on me and my cues and what I need. And, you also have to have insulin in check as well, because insulin will block leptin signaling. So it will block the ability for leptin to get this download or this message in the brain. This connection is severed when insulin is out of control. So you need to have insulin in check too. And that's something I work on with clients as well. And this takes time, especially when you have broken metabolisms and been running on what we call mTOR your entire life and never activated AMPK metabolism. Yes, you have different metabolisms that you can run in the mitochondria. And yeah, if the AMPK metabolism is broken, then it makes it very hard to for your body to burn fat for fuel and to go long hours without eating, right? So the body, not saying ketosis is an answer. I'm just saying your body should be able to be metabolically flexible and use both different kinds of metabolisms. So what I'm trying to get at here is, if you really want to have this metabolic flexibility, have this ability to um, be able to do intuitive eating and actually like trust and rely on it, the first thing you need to work on is your circadian rhythms, and then your circannual rhythms, and really, really connecting with nature deeply on an everyday basis and disconnecting from the artificial world. That is step one. Okay. And then there's more nuanced conversations we can have about really connecting with seasonal eating and really like connecting, like having this inner trust within yourself, which will all come, um because the goal is to be able to follow your intuition and not have to follow like diet dogma or follow like some sort of protocol or the calorie counting and macro counting and tracking every day. I mean, sometimes I do track every once in a while to like just check in with myself, but I'm really able to be very intuitive. I feel like eating this, and this is coming from someone who had like tons of food sensitivities, very sick, was afraid of all foods, tried all the diets. Like, that's just noise and it's not healing. And I really want to bring that to the table. And it creates a lot of fear and rigidity, and that's never healing. But getting to this place where I can just, sorry, my dog is chewing on something. Rely on, Teddy, what do you got? Rely on my body's own intuition is such a level of freedom that I can't even describe. Like, I don't have to be like, my body's going to be hungry and full when it's done. Like, and I'm not going to gain weight because the energy management system in my body is running appropriately. The amount of energy my body feels like it needs and requires matches the amount of energy that I consume. Because food is just a form of energy, it's electrons, right? And it varies based on what's going on in my life. So if I work out more intensely, I want a little bit more nourishment, and I can rely on that. If I was indoors too much, my body might want a little bit more food electrons. Not good, right? But I don't do that very often. So basically, I'm getting a lot of nourishment and gathering a lot of electrons and gathering a lot of energy in other ways besides food. That is another takeaway I want to get through you right now, is that food is only one way that we gather energy. We can gather energy from nature, movement. We gather electrons, sunlight, grounding, proper hydration, and staying away from electron stealers is another way that we can make sure the energy system in our body is working appropriately. Basically, your mitochondria, your cellular energy, those engines are running well. That's what we want to happen. Okay. I got to check on Teddy and see what he's chewing. But if you want to work with me, and gain this level of food freedom and gain this autonomy and intuition and empowerment around food and not be relying on different diets and diet dogmas and, all the nonsense, really. It's just basically nonsense. If you want to gain that wisdom, I am taking new one-to-one coaching clients. That would be my recommendation. But if one-to-one coaching is not for you at this time financially, get my Get Your Light Right webinar and start there. Then get my Ancestrally and Seasonally Nourished webinar and recipe ebook and start there. It's not a protocol. I'm not going to tell you what to eat every day, but it's going to give you parameters around food that's going to be really supportive in aligning your body's natural rhythms and aligning your body to further enhance its energy management system. The same thing with the Get Your Light Right webinar. I'm teaching you then how to enhance the energy management system of your body. If you want to go further, get the third one, which is my cellular hydration webinar. It's invaluable information there, I believe. It's been so life-changing for me on my health journey. And then you can go even further and get the winter webinar, How to Thrive in Winter webinar, so you know how to stay healthy through winter, because that can be a challenge for people. So I hope that's really helpful, really supportive. Share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And my goal is to eliminate dogma and just have you feeling really good in your body, just relying on your own intuition, not only in what you eat, but just in all the things you do on a day in and day out, right? What is my intuition saying today that I need? When you can get to that level of connectedness with yourself, it's so empowering and so healing, because you are the guru. There is no protocol. It's about connecting back to yourself. And that's true healing, is connecting back to self. And the start of connecting back to yourself is connecting back to nature first. That's where it begins. All right. I hope that's really helpful. Have an incredible rest of your day. I will chat with you guys soon. Share it with someone you like, or needs to hear it. Subscribe, leave me comments. I love comments. I want to get your feedback. I want to know what you're thinking and your thoughts are, because it helps me foster more content for you guys about what questions you have and what you need to know more about. All right. I will chat with you guys on the next video. Have an awesome rest of your day.